Hello everyone and welcome to Bloom at the Yoga Garden. So thank you for setting aside the time to join me on your mat today. So we're thinking about lightness and energy. So hopefully you'll feel all of that by the time you finish this practice. So get yourself nice and comfortable on your mat. Lie down in Shavasana. Feel as if you're taking the crown of your head up towards the top of your mat. Slide your shoulders together and down, and that will allow your arms to rotate. So the backs of your hands could be on the floor or on your mat, so your arms slightly away from your body. The heel of the right foot at the right edge of the mat, the heel of the left foot at the left edge of the mat. And just take a nice long, slow, deep inhale. A brief pause and then just whisper it out or sigh it out, whatever way you feel is right for you. And as you do so, feel as if you're letting go of something, letting go of whatever you were doing before you got on your mat. Letting go of any plans you have for after you've finished this practice. So just take another nice, long, slow, easy inhale and a nice, soft, relaxing, easy exhale. And just take a minute to notice how you're feeling. Notice if now you've got down on your mat, there are any little areas of tightness that you weren't aware of before. And if so, just ease into them a little bit. Move or do whatever you feel you need to make yourself more comfortable. Send your breath to any little areas of tightness. And just continue to follow your breath. This breath that has been with us since the day and hour we were born. It happens without any input, apparently, from us. Most of the time we don't even notice it. But now I would like you to notice your breath, that nice, soft, easy, effortless inhale. And that nice sense of letting go on the exhale. So of course my favourite Thich Nhat Hanh little mantra that you've probably heard lots of times. Breathing in, I calm the body and mind. Breathing out, I smile. Dwelling in the present moment. I know this is a wonderful moment. So just use your breath to allow yourself to be here now. No more doing, just being here in the present moment. This is the actual moment. And just keep coming back to your breath. So today in our practice, we're going to try to be here in the moment, being aware of where we're feeling any of the movements, being aware of what's going on in our body, and at the same time trying to switch off and relax any bits that we don't need to. So for instance, if we're working our legs, we don't want to feel tension in our shoulders. And equally, if we're working our shoulders, we want to try and relax around our hips. So let's see if we can be in the moment, doing the asanas, but at the same time being kind to ourselves and not carrying tension with us. So we just take a nice long, slow, deep inhale. A nice, soft, whispery exhale. And we're almost ready to begin the physical aspect of our practice today. So, as always, please, as I say, listen to your own body, be aware of your own body, and you don't do anything that doesn't suit your body. Anything that you know is going to hurt you, that won't resonate with you today, and it may not be the same as the things that you would have been doing yesterday or last week or a month ago, because we're not the same person. We've changed, things have moved on. Maybe you're not feeling as energetic, maybe you're full of energy, great. But please respect your body and practice ahimsa at all times. So now when you're ready, begin to bring your feet together a little bit and inhale, take your arms up behind you, reach into your fingertips and just take a wee check on your shoulders, check that they haven't crept up, they're still rolling down towards each other and down towards your hips. Give your toes and your fingers a little wriggle. Give your hips a wee wriggle. Big inhale and exhale gently. Just allow your arms to drift down and your feet and your toes to relax. Lovely. And then bring your knees in towards your chest. Lovely little squeeze in. Oh, that feels so good for me. And I've already done quite a bit of yoga today, so it is funny how our bodies can be different every time we get on the mat. So maybe a few wee circles, maybe back and forwards, massaging the lower back, just whatever feels right for you. And then we're going to straighten the left leg out along the floor. Hold on to the shin of the right leg. Relax your shoulders again. Take a big inhale, give it a good squeeze in as you exhale. And maybe bring your knee towards your nose. So watch your shoulders don't come up as you do this. Soften the shoulders down. And then gently release. So we'll do one more. Big inhale. And exhale. Knee towards your nose. So keep your shoulders soft the whole time. And then gently release. And then bring your hand to the front of that right knee. You can bring your left hand onto your left thigh if you want to. And just begin to move that right hip or that right knee out to the side. So I say right knee, but really it's the right hip we're thinking about. So I could go like this and lift this buttock off the floor, but I don't want to do that. I want to make sure I keep pressing evenly into both buttocks. So I won't be going that far. And maybe gently encouraging it up towards the right shoulder. And then I'm going to reach down, see if I can take hold of the ankle, anywhere at all, or the shin, and then begin to bring the sole of the right foot in towards the left thigh or the left leg. So it doesn't matter if you're down here or here, but try not to press on your knee, though anywhere at all really except on your knee. Maybe you'll be able to bring your foot right up to the top of the left thigh. And then you're going to work into the heel of the left leg as if you're standing on it, and at the same time press the sole of the right foot into the left thigh. And then if you want to, you can bring your arms up overhead and reach into your fingertips. Again, soften your shoulders. So your shoulders are soft, but you're really switched on the leg. Both legs actually are working quite hard. So we're in supine tree. And just stretch your arms up, but keep the shoulders soft. So don't be working muscles that you don't need to at the minute. And at the minute, we're pressing strongly into the heel of the left foot and leg and into the right sole of the right foot. One more breath here. And then allow your branches to come trickling down. Gently bring the right knee in, and we'll swap sides. So straighten the right leg along the floor, bring the left knee in. Squeeze in the left thigh. So maybe a few wee movements, take a big inhale and exhale. Same thing again, knee towards or nose towards your knee. And again, don't let the shoulders come up, soften them down. And then inhale down again. Now the big inhale here, or breath here, and exhale, squeeze in. Work into the heel of the right foot and leg, and then inhale, gently release. And again, now bring your hand to the front of the left knee, right hand onto the right thigh, and begin to take the right knee out to the left. Actually, the right knee, left knee out to the left. And again, don't let this right buttock come off the floor. So just a wee bit of just warning it. You know what's going to come this time. So we're just warning this left hip what we're going to do. And then we're going to reach down, see if you can hold on wherever you can take it actually, and bring your sole of your left foot again to wherever is comfortable for you. So if you're comfortable here, that's where you're going to have your tree. So think about where you will be when you're standing doing this posture. So if you can bring it up to the top of your thigh, or more or less the top of your thigh, please feel free to do that. But again, both points of the hips still facing up towards the ceiling, shoulders soft again. Working strongly into the heel of the right foot and leg, pressing the sole of the left foot into the thigh, and inhale, reaching up with the fingers, shoulders soft. So we're working strongly into the heel of the right foot and leg this time, pressing into the sole of the left foot. So both legs working strongly. The muscles in your legs are working strongly. And your shoulders are soft. So your hands are resting on the floor, hopefully, if you've got that flexibility. And have your elbows bent slightly if that's better for you. One more breath here. And then allow your branches to come drifting down. Take the left hand to bring that left thigh in and straighten both legs along the floor. And then bring them both in, just so that you just about touch the heels with the middle finger. So knees and feet are hip width apart, and you're pressing into the feet. And we're just going to do a couple of pelvic tilts. So if you want to, you can bring your hands onto the two pointy bits of your hips. And just notice as you inhale, you're pressing that little hollow that's normally in your back down into the mat, and your hips are lifting up slightly. And then exhale, the little hollow comes back again. So I take my hands away so you can see. Inhale, pressing into the small of your back, the tiniest wee bit of a pelvic tilt, and exhale. So it's as if these pointy bits are moving towards your thighs. Inhale, and exhale. And now we're going to do just a couple of bridge poses. So if you noticed your knees were rocking about during that last little exercise, this is where you'll use a brick and put it in between your thighs, okay? Because we don't want your thighs to roll out as you lift up, or we don't want them to roll in as you lift up. So we want them to stay exactly where they are, just about hip width apart. So tuck your shoulders under, keep your shoulders soft again. And then inhale, press into your feet and lift your hips up. So your shoulders should be staying quite soft. Lifting your hips up toward the ceiling, and exhale, or the point of the hips up toward the ceiling. Unwind nice and slowly. One more. Inhale. Lifting up. So lifting the breastbone up towards the chin up towards the ceiling. Take a breath here. Keep squeezing your brick or pressing into your feet, whichever you're doing, and then nice and slowly begin to unwind one vertebra at a time and bring yourself down. So then remove your brick or your book or your cushion, whatever you're using, and we'll roll onto one side, bring yourself up and meet me in tabletop. So again, knees are below your hips and they're hip width apart or hip distance apart. Wrists below your shoulders, actively pressing the floor away. So we're not kind of collapsing down, we're pressing into the floor. So it's an active pose. This, most of our bodies, well, quite a lot of us is working. So we're working in the arms and the tops of the feet and the lower legs and the knees, but the rest can be soft. So we're just going to do a couple of cat-cows. So take a big inhale and dip your belly down towards the floor, bottom up towards the ceiling. Bring your heart through and look up. Exhale. Tuck your tail round your shoulders. Press the floor away. Navel back towards the spine. Inhale. Bring your heart center through. Exhale. Tuck your tail, press the floor away. One more. Inhale, belly to the floor, bring yourself through. And exhale, tuck your tail under, chin to chest. And then inhale, bring yourself back to your neutral position. Tabletop. So if you would like to take your knees maybe a tiny wee bit, slightly more than hip width apart, and then plant your right hand down and draw the left fingertips the whole way up through the front of the body, reaching up to the ceiling. So feel as if you're drawing the right ribs forward and exhale down. Inhale, slide your hand the whole way up to get that rotation, and exhale down. One more. Inhale, draw your hand the whole way up, reach up into the fingertips, pressing strongly into that right hand and arm. And this time as we exhale, we're going to thread the needle, take your left arm through, bend the right elbow, and begin to bring your left ear down onto the floor. Press into the fingertips of the right fingers, of the right hand, and see if you can soften into this pose. It's quite a nice twist. So you can either keep your right hand where it is, or you want to add a little bit of extra, you can stretch your right hand up towards the right corner of the mat. But keep trying to roll onto this sort of flat part of your left shoulder as you do this. And soften into the posture if you can. One more breath. And then begin to walk your fingertips back. Press into the fingertips of the right hand and slide yourself back. And we'll do the other side. So this time we're going to press into the left hand and arm. And we're going to draw the fingertips of the right hand across and up. So we're taking the left ribs up towards the sky this time. We're trying to bring them forward. And exhale down. Inhale up. So strong left hand and arm. Reaching up. And exhale down. Inhale up. And this time we're going to thread the needle. So bend the left arm to give you more leverage, or allow your ear to come down to the floor or your cheek. And then come onto cupcake fingers in this left arm. And see if you can slide the right arm through a tiny wee bit more. Just give yourself time to see how this feels here. And then maybe begin to walk your fingers towards the left corner of your mat. just for another little bit of a stretch. And then see if you can soften into the pose. So once you're here, you can allow your muscles to switch off a little bit. The only place maybe you're trying to keep working is this, trying to get this right hand maybe a little bit further through. One more breath. And then begin to walk the left fingertips back. Press into the fingertips and gently, draw the right hand through, and we're back into our nice neutral tabletop position. And then from here, we're going to just reach back with the toes of the right foot, the toes of the right foot and leg. Give it a wee rock back and forwards. Just notice how it feels. You're just stretching out the back of that right thigh, right leg. And then take a big inhale and exhale. Bring your right knee in towards your nose. Inhale, reach back. Exhale, knee to nose. So you're rounding your spine each time. Inhale, reach back. Exhale, knee to nose. Squeeze it in, hold it this time. Keep breathing. And then lift your head, look forward and step it through. And we're in a low lunge position. So you might need to walk your foot forward a little bit. So you want the right knee and ankle to be in line. Bring your hands to either side of your foot. So come on to cupcake fingers, the floor is too far away, but we're trying not to collapse down. We're trying to bring our heart center through. So lifting your heart up, press strongly into the front foot and into the top of the back foot. And then when you're ready, inhale, swing your arms up, drop your shoulders down, soften your shoulders into your low lunge. Look up between your hands if you can. So we're not leaning forward, we're making sure the whole of our body is off that front thigh. So we're reaching up and lunging a little deeper. So we're not lunging like this, we're sort of softening into the hips. Inhale up and exhale, drop your hands down, plant the left hand and inhale, reach up with the right. And exhale down. Inhale up, exhale down, and this time bring your right hand to the inside of the right foot, heel toe your right foot out a tiny little bit, and we're in a version of lizard pose. So you can allow your right thigh to drop out. You can come on to the baby toe side of your right foot if you want, and at the same time we're trying to bring our heart center through. So if the floor seems too far away, come up onto your fingertips, or even use a couple of blocks, a couple of bricks, anything at all that you need to make it easier for you, or a couple of books will do too. So we want to be able to lift your heart center up. So use whatever you need. And just feel a nice stretch here at the hip flexors, the right hip flexors. You'll feel it a little bit in the left side as well. And just allow that knee to drop out. And just breathe. And you can just stay here if you want to, but if you are ready for a little bit more, maybe you'll use your bricks again. You'll bring them in front and bring your elbows down onto the bricks, just to get a little bit more stretch. Or maybe you'll bring your elbows down onto the floor. So it just depends where you are. Options for everybody. But if you're here and feeling the stretch, you're doing a great job, and don't worry about going one bit further at all. One more breath anyway, wherever you are. And then begin to walk Bring yourself up again. If you're down on your elbows, walk your right foot in and bring yourself back into your tabletop position. And we'll do the other side. So reach back with the left foot and leg this time. Press into the heel of the left foot and leg, looking forward. And then take a big inhale. Exhale, knee to chin or chest. Inhale, reach back. Exhale, knee to chest. Inhale, reach back. Exhale, knee to chest. Squeeze it in. Press the floor away. Round your shoulders. And then look forward and step your foot through. So again, keep your hands on the floor to begin with, or again, use your blocks if you want to, and see if you can lift your heart center up. Press strongly into the front foot and the top of the back foot, and bring yourself up into your low lunge. Drop your shoulders. Reach up. Exhale, sit a little bit lower. Inhale up. And remember, we're not in this position. We're trying to lift off that front thigh. Reach up, feel light, feel good. What can you let go of? What can you soften? Well done. Breathe. And then exhale, fold forward and down. Plant the right hand and inhale up with the left. So watch this front knee doesn't wiggle about on you. And exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. And this time bring your left hand to the inside of the left foot. Heel toe it out, maybe to the edge of your mat. And feel that you're rotating at the top of this left thigh and allowing it to drop out to the side a little bit. You can come on to the baby toe side of the left foot. And again, just stay here, lifting your heart center through. And I would say, no matter what stage you are in your practice, don't be in a hurry to get down onto your elbows ever. Give your body time to adjust, time to soften into it, time to see what it feels like. And again, use blocks whatever height you need to. And then you can bring your elbows down onto the blocks or just stay here. Inhaling, bringing your heart center through, or if you're down on your blocks, you can let your head go. Just watch your back lower leg stays nice and straight. Just give it a wee check, as I did there with mine. So if you're down on your elbows, come back up onto your hands and then begin to heel toe the front foot in. Tuck the toes of the back foot under, and this time we're going to step through into Uttanasana. So feet still about hip width apart, and knees are bent as deeply as you need to, and just maybe take hold of your elbows and feel you're drawing the crown of your head down towards the floor. So try and have the weight evenly distributed between the heels and the balls of the feet. So to do that, you probably actually need to bring your weight ever so slightly forward. Crown of your head coming down towards the floor. And let everything go. Then inhale, begin to unroll really, really slowly. Keep your chin tucked in the last minute. And then reach up, look up between your hands. Bring your hands together and draw down that lovely energy to your heart center. Well done. And just breathe. Just be. Use your thumbs to lift your heart center up a tiny little bit. Drop your shoulders down. Feel as if you're pressing into all four corners of your feet. Like a mountain, asana, or our version of it. One more breath. And then gently release your hands and turn so that you're facing the long edge of your mat. And we're going to do trikonasana and with a little bind, just a little different. So step or jump your feet 3.5 feet apart. It really depends very much on the length of your legs. And we're going to go to the right first of all. So turn all of the right foot and leg completely. So you should feel the rotation here. Left leg in slightly, hips, points of your hips facing forward. So see if you can lift the kneecap in this right leg. So you don't want to lock it out completely, but you know, fairly straight. Bring your left hand onto your hip, reach up with your right hand and feel as if there's something up there that you can't quite reach. And now I'm going to say feel as if you're setting your right ribs onto your right thigh. Don't ask me why you'd ever want to do that, but just imagine that feeling. So you're not going forward, you're going sideways. And then drop your hand down to wherever you could reach. So it could be here, it could be here, it could be the floor. And rotate this left shoulder. And standard trikonasana would be this. But we're going to swing the left arm round and maybe take a bind on this right thigh. So we're lifting our heart up towards the ceiling. Lift your heart up, soften your shoulders. Press strongly into the feet. The arches of the feet should be engaged. Breathe, smile, feel strong. One more big inhale here. And then allow the right knee to bend deeply. Maybe bring your right elbow onto the right knee, or you can keep the right fingers go down towards the floor. But feel your energetically lifting up from that right hand if you take your elbow off your knee. But here's fine. And again, lift your heart up towards the ceiling. Head and neck in line with your spine. Lovely. Breathe. Smile. One more breath. Release your bind. Press strongly into both feet. Bring your hands to your hips and turn both feet to face the front, and we'll do the other side. So rotate all of the left foot and leg completely, and you will feel that, or should feel it, at the top of this left thigh. Right foot in slightly. Try and keep points of both hips facing forward. They won't face completely forward. Same thing again, right hand on your hip, left hand up. And don't look at this left hand, because as soon as you look at it, you're going to go down. So keep looking forward. Keep a wee bend in that left knee if you need to. Right shoulder rolling back. Your left hand will drop down to wherever it goes, doesn't matter where you are. Rotate the right shoulder, bring your right arm round. Maybe you'll take a bind, maybe you won't. Just bring your hand to your right waist if you can't get the bind. Lift your right shoulder up. This side's much tighter for me. I'm just going to go to my waist. And keep your head and neck, so don't let your head collapse. Keep it in a nice line with your spine. Big inhale. And then bend the left leg, either left elbow onto the thigh, or maybe you'll let the hand go down towards the floor, but we're not collapsing. So you need to keep that space if you like. So we've space here. We want to keep that if the hand goes down. So feel you're getting energy up from that left hand. One more breath here. And then press strongly into all four corners of your feet. Bring your hands to your hips. Turn both feet so they're face forward and heel toe them back so that you're in asana. So just one more pose to do. We're going to do vrikasana, tree pose. So we've already done this on the floor, so no problem. You're doing great. So tell yourself I'm taking the weight onto my left foot and leg, reduce contact with the right, and see how that feels, because obviously there's the element of balance here. So use your hand if you need to lift this right thigh up, because your thigh can feel pretty heavy sometimes. Just see how it feels. Maybe take it out to the side and back. Just see how it feels. And then you decide where your tree pose is going to be. So tree pose can be here. So as long as we get the rotation and this top leg, just the way we did in Trikonasana, it can be here. It can be to your calf, or you can do the full pose. And you need to really engage the muscles in this left thigh to hold the foot there. Press the thigh into the foot and the foot into the thigh. And maybe you'll have your branches. Drop your shoulders, soften your shoulders. Find something that's not moving. So your drishti should be at eye level. Wobbling's fine. One more breath. And then gently drop your branches and release your right foot. So maybe give your legs a wee work. So we'll try the other side. This side could be completely different. I always find one side's better than the other, and I never can remember which side is my better side. On some days, your balance just isn't as good as it should be, but that's not, it's what happens to us all. So again, just check and see how it feels. Use your hand to hold on to this leg, and of course go to a wall or a chair or a sofa, something that's not going to move anyway. And again, foot, toes on the floor, foot to your calf, or full pose. And again, press the foot into the thigh and the thigh into the foot. Whoops. And I say, someday your balance is better than others. Take your branches up. Breathe. Smile. Enjoy the view. One more breath. Oops. And then gently come out of it. And my balance on that side definitely left a lot to be desired, but that's just the way it is today. Well done. So from here, we're going to make our way down onto our mat. So just fold down, whatever way feels right for you. And bring yourself down. Roll the whole way down. Bring your knees in towards your chest. A little rock from side to side. And then plant your left foot, cross your right foot over. You can tuck the toes in behind if you want to, but no need. Big inhale and exhale. Allow both knees to fall down towards the left hand. Turn your head and look over the right shoulder. And you'll probably feel quite a stretch down this right hip. So just enjoy the stretch. Oh, I see Rupert here. I think he wants to do some yoga. He's looking through the French doors. He's probably wondering why I'm not coming out to, he always gets a little snack in the afternoons. And he's probably looking for it. One more breath here. And inhale. Bring your knees back to center. Change the cross of your legs. And allow both knees to fall down towards the right hand. Turn your head and look left. To check your right shoulders nestle down into the mat. And notice where you're feeling it on this side. And see where you can soften and let go on this side. Don't be using any muscles you don't need to just by holding on to them. One more breath. Inhale, bring your knees back to center. Undo the cross of your legs. And straighten your legs out along the floor and come into Shavasana, or keep your knees bent if you prefer to. Tuck your shoulders, soften your shoulders down away from your ears. Arms rotated so the backs of the hands could be on the floor. Take a long, slow, deep inhale. Fill your lungs right up to the top. Pause briefly. Open your mouth wide. Just let everything go. And feel as you do that, every muscle is letting go. Give yourself permission to let go, to soften, to release, just to be here now. Just bring your awareness to the contact points of your body with the floor, the back of the head, the backs of the shoulders, the buttocks, the backs of the legs, the heels. And notice if there are any little bits of stiffness, any little bits of tightness. Send your breath into those areas and just release another little bit. And bring your awareness to your heart center. Feel as if you're breathing from your heart. And with each inhale, you're filling your heart. And as you exhale, you're sending that love, that kindness out to the rest of your body. Inhale, filling your heart, and feel that sense of love and peace moving through every single area of your body as you allow it to soften and release down onto your mat. So continue to breathe like this for as long as you can, or for a few more minutes if you wish, but I am going to finish now. So thank you again so much for taking the time to do your yoga practice with me today. Thank you so much. And bring your hands together at your heart center. Let the love in our hearts guide the words that we speak and the thoughts that we think. Namaste.